Oh man, hopefully I didn't mess this up. Woo! What's going on, everybody? It's your boy FRE, $ H Fresh at the Flyboy Way. That's TheFlyBoyway. Don't ask why. Just check out the channel and welcome back to another episode of Jeep Talk. I'll wait till the door goes down. We're just getting off work. It's an early Monday. That sounded so annoying, but it's about to stop soon. We're just getting off work. I got my little cup of ice. We're gonna get ready to take a ride home, and I figure, hey, why not have a Jeep Talk, y'all? Jeep Talk episode 25. Quality or quantity? What you consider better will be determined by what you look for. Now, this is one of those conversations that everybody always has. But whenever I hear people talk about this conversation, it's a lot of emotion in it and not really logic and fair comparisons. I think everyone is obligated to say what is best for them, but I think a lot of people are assuming that there is a general understanding that one is better than the other. But it is, I would say, bias, or it's not a logical thought statement to think that there is without considering what is the person looking for. Now, recently there was a photo. I think I was watching I don't know what channel I was watching, but it might have either been Sin or Austin or somebody else. I just seen a clip from it where somebody was speaking about two comparisons of women. One based on a guy that had a beautiful looking woman. Another based on the guys on the women that we're gonna go take a different way, so we don't have to go through the mountain this time, so we don't have no messed up. Based on what they show, what a lot of people on content creators show on Instagram. I mean, on YouTube and Instagram. And I think the part that is always missing out when people discuss quantity over quality is, what is the purpose of the woman you're going after? A lot of men are comparing women who are with guys who are looking for long-term girlfriend relationships with guys who are just looking to smash women. I know a lot of people are going to say, but quality shouldn't matter whether or not you're looking to smash a woman or looking for a girlfriend. You should be able to compare them. Actually, that's incorrect. Because what a lot of people is consider quality may not be the same aspect. For example, is a woman quality because she looks good? If she doesn't treat you well, if she doesn't have anything going for her, like maybe a good job, maybe she can't cook, maybe she has a bunch of kids, maybe she has a crazy baby father, I can never solely place quality on looks, because I understand that quality, to me, and I think in the general aspect of the actual meaning of the definition, means overall experience of something. What is the overall experience of something? For example, let's go on a pro side. Let's say I'm looking for a woman to just be intimate with and have a great time with. And I see this one who looks like she's one of the top quality women based on looks. This is why I say looks shouldn't be what you determine to be quality. And I go after her. And then she tells me some astronomical price. It's $400. Let's not pick Mr. Seward. We're in Brazil. And she tells me it's $400 to be with me. I got it. But every other woman is telling me $100. Okay. Then, when I get with her, the experience I had with her is subpar. She just wants to sit down. She doesn't want to move. She doesn't want to dance. She doesn't want to take all the clothes off. Well, how can I then look at this woman and say, oh my God, this is a quality woman? But on the other hand, if I see a woman who says, hey, I know everybody else wants 100, but I'm gonna do it for 50. And I'm gonna do anything you ask me. Anything you ask me. And if there has to be some resemblance of good-looking quality to someone. And remember, everyone's thought of what's good-looking as far as attraction is going to be different. There is no standard of beauty that is worldwide. See, a lot of people, they were raised because they've only lived in one environment in life. A lot of people didn't travel till they was like in their 30s or 40s. So they didn't grow up with a multi-diverse palette of understanding how different women are beautiful. For example, people will say Taylor Swift is one of the most beautiful women in the world. At the same time, people will say Cardi B is. It's a different comparison. People will also say that Tyler, you know, the wet lady singer, is one of the most attractive women in the world. But then people will also say, yo, she's so skinny, I can't even imagine that being something you consider quality. This is why when I say quality over quantity, it depends on what you are looking for. Because if you're looking for a variety of beauty based on the world standard of beauty, which is multiple different levels of beauty, then quantity will be better. But if you're looking for a standard of beauty that's based on a specific group or genre of people, well then maybe for you, quality will be better. But you gotta remember, you cannot compare equally a person that's going places looking for women to sleep with in a short amount of time with a guy who is going to be looking for a relationship long term and is staying in that country long term. Now we're going to get into content creation next. I just want to, I always like to apply it to real life first, to my personal experiences first, and then from that personal experience, I like to see if I can intertwine it with the content creation and then intertwine it with the maybe even the travel creation. So again, on a personal level, on a life level rather, you cannot compare a woman who is going to be looking for a long-term guy to someone who's just selling box when it comes to looks, because the quality is going to be different. The attraction levels is going to be different based on what you like. But let me shout everybody out, y'all. He said, "Don't burn the clutch out, man." Nah, not at all, not at all. Let me get to y'all. Slack, what up? What's Gucci, man? Just getting off work. It's a beautiful day. It's not too cold, not too hot. I'm taking another route home, so I don't have to worry about the service going out. And we having a good Jeep talk, y'all. Good riddance. What's going on? Chris, yo, when we going to Colombia, fam? For those that don't know, I just got back from Medellin last month. I just got back from Barranquilla last month in May. Before that, in April, I was in Medellin. Before that, in February, I was in Barranquilla for Carnival. I am going to Cuba next month in July for a weekend for the 13th to start my legacy, to try to start my legacy in Cuba, part of my legacy in Cuba. I'm returning to Colombia for Petronio Alvarez Music Festival during Carnival in August. And that's, I believe, from the 12th to the 19th. And then I'm coming back to the States, and then I got a quick last-minute trip to Medellin at the end of the summer. Again, for those that don't know, the reason why I'm taking on, you guys can ask any question you want to. This is Jeep Talks episode 25, quality or quantity. Which one is better depends on what you're looking for. You can ask any questions. For those that don't know, I told people this year I wasn't traveling that many places new. And I'll give you guys a better update when I turn 40 next month, because I think that a lot of people, we'll go more in detail, but I think that a lot of people are living without the possibility and traveling without the possibility of growth, to understand growth. And when you understand growth, you understand that if you've done something for 10 years and you still continue to do it without, even if I've been traveling 10 years, just because I travel different places doesn't make it new. For me, that's not growth. And right now, what I'm attempting to do is, as I get ready to move towards my retirement at 50 and start that 10-year process to get rid of bills and stuff, is I'm trying to lock everything down. And getting my property in Colombia was one of the major things I want to lock down as I start this process from when I turn 40 next month to when I retire at 50, to secure the life that I want to live around the world. So that's that. Let me see. John Carter in the building. What's going on? Shout out to John Carter. He was with us yesterday. You guys know on Sundays I'm starting a new thing where I'm pretty much gaming, playing video games all day. So you're gonna see a lot of lives pop up, playing different games when I'm here in the States. If I'm out of the country, there's not gonna be a Sunday fun day for gaming. But when I'm here, while my son is at his mother's house, there it is. Davis 2. How late am I? I didn't get a notification. Now the notifications normally come later, and sometimes they don't really come at all, pause. But again, y'all, hold up. Now, we spoke about this before. Well, we touched on this aspect before. When we talk about women from the quantity or quality perspective, when it comes to content creation, again, I got to put this out first, and I hope no one gets offended. Unless you're a content creator, it is very difficult for me to imagine you understanding, because you haven't been through it or haven't done the content, that there's a difference when it comes to the women that want to be on camera interacting with you on YouTube when you're not in a relationship, versus the women that want to be in the camera with you, operating with you off or on Instagram when you're in a relationship. To compare a video of a guy who's walking around showing women and comparing them, not the video, but comparing the women in the video of a guy who's showing women just walking down the street, or who's in a relationship with a woman, is not comparable to the women you're going to see in, hold up, y'all. God damn, train, the truck, man. Hold up. Damn truck. Hold up. I'm trying to roll these windows up. The truck, man, loud. It's not going to be comparable to the women that you're going to see interacting with a guy on the channel who has a lot of women interacting on their channel. Let me try to break this down for people that might not understand from the content creating aspect. A beautiful woman, she's a 10. She sees a guy who's willing to pay money for her trip places, who's willing to support her lifestyle. She's okay with being on his camera, right? Because he doesn't have a bunch of videos of women on his page. That same woman may be getting taken to the Bahamas for a trip. That same woman might be getting flown out to different Instagram, on YouTube, right? But that same woman that you guys, that people call a 10, is possibly on somebody else's channel or playing the GFE on somebody else's channel because, or not, that same woman is probably playing a GFE to somebody else, but they're not allowing them to put them on their channel because the main guy is the boyfriend. Again, it's a difference between being a content creator and putting girls out there and being and comparing that to someone who's in a relationship dating a woman. It's just not comparable as content. When I'm talking about the content creator aspect, it's not comparable to say, hey, this guy has all these videos of these unattractive women in Sasua. All these guys do is go after unattractive women. But to not ask, hey, are they looking for the same thing and willing to do the same thing as this guy who has a girlfriend, possibly a fiance, is willing to do in the same country? Because if that's not the case, then it's not comparable. What you would have to compare is what two guys do in the same environment and who they go after. Not necessarily two different environments and trying to compare the two, because it's not comparable and it's ingenuous. It's disingenuous. When I say disingenuous, it means that you're not genuinely trying to do a fair comparison. You're trying to put out a narration of how some things are. And to me, that's what I fight against on my channel. Someone putting out a narration, because that's been done to us black people, that's been done to Indian people, that's been done to Asian Chinese people, that's been done all around the world, where one group or one particular person pushes out a narrative that is not inclusive or not genuinely a fair comparison to the world. And I think that is, again, to each his own, but that makes me look at someone's credibility a lot more. Like, I can't possibly, maybe I won't ever say somebody's credibility is completely shot unless they've done it over a protracted amount of time. But it does make me look at someone's credibility of something if they say they're doing a comparison which isn't even possible to compare. It's like you can't compare apples to oranges if you're talking about which one tastes better, because they have two different tastes. It depends what you want. But if me and Johnny both go to the apple orchard and we pick out apples, then you can say, yes, which apple is better? Johnny picks better apples. Johnny has better apples. But when you see his apple and an orange, you say, hey, I can compare this, I gotta say either your credibility is shot on that aspect, or you're just being disingenuous. I don't know. You're being genuine about wanting to do a fair comparison or analysis of something. And I understand the YouTube space. We know we all content creators. I never knock anybody for how they get their stuff. It's just that I for certain times put people on the pedestal until they start to, not pedestal, but I put them on a level until they start to do stuff that, like, and it's not anybody in particular, they start to take stuff off, like, man, I didn't think you was going to do that. Like, you know what I mean? Kind of tough. Now I got to see, is it just for the views, or do you really feel that way? Or maybe let's just talk about the conversation. Because there are a lot of people that feel like this, quality over quantity. They're like, oh my God, you go and you get the nasty chicks and this and this. But how do you explain quality if you're just saying attraction? I think people don't understand the definition of words. I'm thinking a lot of people don't understand the definition of words. Yo, shout out to Penn Stephan. Shout out to Barks in the building. What's going on, y'all? DMR, what it do? I'm thinking a lot of people don't understand the definition of words, because attraction and quality is not the same thing. Listen to what I'm saying, y'all. The definition of attraction and quality is not the same thing. For example, again, if I go to Colombia and I pick a amazingly beautiful looking, but she's not willing to work. She wants me to send her. If I go to Thailand and I pick a amazingly beautiful woman and she's not willing to work and she wants me to send her money every month to provide for her lifestyle and provide for her family, is that quality? It depends. She might be amazingly beautiful. That means, yes, she might be attractive, but that's not quality. And by the definition, it's not quality. And by my standards also, it's not quality. But again, I think a lot of people, they confuse quality with attraction. And as long as you're doing that, you'll be the guy or woman who's stuck with in the relationship with the person that's super attractive, but they're treating you like a sucker, or treating you like a simp, or treating you like crap because of the fact that you're so stuck on their attraction that you can't understand that they're not quality. You can't understand that they're not quality. And I think that is a very, I don't bad and good. It's a very non-productive way to look at dating women. To say, I'm dating her because I feel as though she's quality. She looks better than any woman in here. And you believe that that is quality and not understanding that that's attractive. She's more, I personally on my channel, go back to personally, we talk as content creators, right? Let's go back to personally. When you guys see women on my channel, right? Of course, they have to be attractive to me. Now, the level of attraction isn't of as more important as the level of quality of the woman. We're talking about non-pros and pros. Again, listen to what I'm saying. The level on my channel, the level of attraction to me is far less important than the level of quality. Yes, and I said it before, I am not looking to gain the validation from other men of how attractive the women are on my channel. Because for me, I live my life and I want it to be quality women. And the quality is depending on how they interact, how they treat me, how they are when I'm in their presence. Again, a lot of guys keep saying this. Welcome to Jeep Talk episode 25. Quality or quantity. It all depends on what you're looking for. A lot of guys want the validation of other men. And I gotta keep saying this. And how do they get the validation of other men in their mind? By getting women who they feel are higher attractive by their standard. Again, we'll go to a lot of guys will say, yo, black guys, and here's a lot of guys will say this, black guys go to other countries and get the least attractive women and the least quality women in that country. But how can you say this unless you don't know, but how can you say this if the type of guy who is in that country considers a woman quality one way, but black men consider a woman quality another way, or even attractive? For example, in Tokyo, in Asia in general, the guys like a woman who's lighter skinned, who's skinny, and I guess who has long hair. But now a black guy from the United States goes over there, and the majority of black men that I know like thick women. They like women who are thick. So when we go over there, and if they find they're more attracted to the women that those people consider unattractive because they're more thick, that doesn't make that woman less quality. It doesn't make that woman less quality. It just means that you and the people of that community are not attracted to the same type of woman. But no one ever has this conversation. They assume that there is a standard of beauty that is accepted by the entire world, and that's just not life. Life is not like that. especially when it comes to black men from the United States. Some Latin American men from the United States I know, a lot of them actually, they want a woman who's more thick. They don't want a skinny, small woman. So when you go over to Thailand and they say, and the woman, and you say that the women are of quality because they're skinny, they're long hair, and they have a job. It's hard for me to understand if you guys really understand the difference between quality and quantity, y'all. Let me see. Banks Dillinger. If it's pay for play, if it's pay for play, quality is referring to looks. Incorrect. You gotta look at the definition, Banks. I don't know if you got a computer on you right now or you got your phone at least, right? Look into the definition of what quality means, and then look into the definition of what attractive means. Attractive is how a woman looks, appeal to you. Quality is the experience you have with that woman. So I said it earlier, but you might not have been here. A woman can look amazing, and by your standards, she can look amazing. Remember, everyone's standards are different, but she can look amazingly attractive. But that has nothing to do with her quality. It's the quality. Well, not nothing. That has something to do with it. That does not make her a quality woman because her attraction is high. Just gotta look at the definition. All the other stuff comes to play when you're actually dating a chick. And correct, when you're actually you cannot judge and this is where a lot of people mess up. You cannot judge the quality of a woman if you're not interacting with her, because you don't know how she's going to talk to you. You don't know how this stuff goes. All you can judge from appearance is the attraction to that woman. You can look and say, hey, that woman is highly attractive, but you can't judge the quality if you have no interaction with her. You got a lot of guys. I don't want to say they move the goalposts, because the goalpost is there. A lot of guys just don't look at the definition of words, and I know it's tough because we wasn't educated in that manner to really go and to look for the actual definition. When you look, quality is based on the experience you have with something, not the look. That's attractiveness. But when it comes to pay for play, again, that's people in general, because the attraction level of the women is in the trash most of the time. From what I've seen online and what I compare it to in my travels around the world, the attraction level for not the majority, a large amount of the women in Sasua is not what I compare to being quality. I mean, high attraction around the world from where I've been. Now, I've been to a lot of countries, but the quality. My experience in Sasua was amazing. The quality is good, and I think that's why you get so many guys that go to places like Sasua, that go to places like Thailand, because the attraction level is not high. But most guys, they're not really looking for a super attractive woman. They're looking for a woman of high quality that's going to give them a quality experience. This is why you'll have more guys that go to Sasua than Brazil, knowing that Brazil has more attractive women than Sasua in different varieties. Why? Not only just because Brazil is further, but more because if you don't speak the language in Brazil, the quality of the woman is not going to be as good as if you don't speak the language in Sasua, as if you don't speak the language in Thailand. And a lot of people, I think the more and more people look at the definition of quality and the definition of attractiveness, the more people will be able to find the women that makes them happy. And that's even in the States. People will be more likely to find a woman that makes you happy when you truly understand that there's a difference between attraction and quality. And they will stop putting women on a pedestal when you find out there's a difference between attraction and quality. A person will pay a woman, for the majority of guys, they'll pay a woman more money if she is if she's attractive enough for them and she shows them an amazing time, amazing GFE experience. She wants to be on camera. She'll hold your hand while you're walking down the street. She'll kiss you on your legs. She'll talk, hey daddy, I miss you, this and all this stuff, and all that stuff, because that's all part of quality. That has nothing to do with attraction. That's all quality. That's what I think most guys look for, but they get confused because they don't do the definition, the research to know the definition, and then they base quality on attraction, and then they have a horrible experience because the woman that they're most attracted to isn't of quality. This is facts. The woman they're most attracted to isn't of quality. Why do you think these guys come home from jail, right? And they go after the big girl. Even though they're probably cut, they in shape, they can get the more attractive woman. But they go after the big girl. Why? Because the big girl take care of them. The quality of the big girl for them is better. They take care of them. They don't mind them staying in their house. They'll sign a thing to say they can stay with me while they're on parole. They'll take them here. They go find a job for them. You see, we've gotten in a place, and I'm getting to your comments because I'm finally back in the house. We've gotten to a place where we've somehow substituted attractiveness based on other people's attractive ideas to quality a woman brings in your life. Does she bring you peace? And then they'll go get married and they wonder why the marriage don't work. Wonder why 53% of marriages fail. They'll go get in a relationship and they'll wonder why the relationship ended. They'll bring a woman overseas over here and they'll wonder why it didn't work out. All because we've gotten to a point where we allow attraction to put a woman on a pedestal and not her quality. And the quality is more than just a personality. The quality is everything included as a gesture, y'all. YK saying, what's going on? Let me see. Review the message. Let me see. Chicken burrito, what's going on? Hold up. Let me get back. Show. A quality hoe is different than a quality woman, but just Nick. Again, exactly what I'm saying. Like when I said that in the beginning. You have to be able to compare equal things, apples to apples, oranges to oranges. If you really want to come up, like I never want to, me personally, this is how I move. I never want to garner attention of people, and I'm not saying anybody else doing this. This is me. My thoughts. I would never want to garner the emotion of people, which would get me the attention of people by saying something that I know isn't a genuine thought because I know it's not a fair comparison. So I'm not going to say, yo, all the women in the States, all the women in Colombia are better looking in the States. Because it's not true. It's not true. All the women overseas treat dudes better than the women in the States. It's not true either. I've been around the States, all different places. I've just LA, New York, Philadelphia, Florida, Texas. It's like Atlanta, North Carolina, South Carolina. I've seen amazing women that treat you amazing. Don't expect nothing out. New Jersey. But, so I'm not going to say all women overseas treat you better. Because I know how to look at quality and not quantity. I know how to look at quality and not attraction. So this live should not have been quality versus quantity. Because a lot of people don't even understand quality. Maybe this should have been quality versus attraction. Because all women that's attractive is not of quality women. It's just not. YK says exactly. Mike G, you have a good argument. But mine is fighting you because I want attraction to be high. You're right. I think unfortunately, with social media, with television, with movies, with everything that we can visually see now, we assume that if she looks good, she's of quality. But it's not until you've dated a lot of women where you can really understand the difference. Again, this is not a brag. This is not a brag. What this is qualifying myself to be able to speak like this. I've slept with over 1,000 women. Bro, I am 39, turning 40 years old. I've been sleeping with women since I was 13. Having sex since I was 13. I've traveled all over the world, and I started traveling at 18. I didn't just travel overseas, because if you go straight from the States to overseas without exploring the States, then it's hard for me to qualify you as a person who could talk about women in the States, because you haven't dated women in the States except for the state you lived in. So it's hard for me to qualify someone who has only dated in New Jersey and has never been to New York, who has never been to Atlanta, who has never been to LA, who has never been to Houston, who has never been to Oakland. I can't qualify you as someone who can speak on what the women are like in the United States because you've only dated in one place. So I've done all of that prior to going overseas. And then I went overseas and I continue to date it. Again, I can't qualify someone that has only messed with non-pros or only messed with pros overseas to speak on dating, because if you only know one aspect, then your mind state is limited to what you can possibly consider to be quality, because you haven't had everything. If you've only had steak all your life, you've only had steak, then how can you tell me what kind of quality chicken is? How can you tell me what kind of quality pork is? You cannot, because you've only had steak. So this is why I say this stuff, when I tell people these things, it's not me bragging. It's me giving you guys things that should qualify me to be able to speak on the things that I'm speaking on now. When I tell you, listen, there's a difference between attraction and quality. A lot of guys don't know. There's a difference between all the women in the country and not out the country are not all better than all the women in the States. I've dated both, so this qualifies me for to tell you that. So again, it's just a matter of fact. Karen Day, what's going on, y'all? I'll give you another 10 minutes. We get out of here, y'all. Going through that now. So you're right, 100%. Man, it's tough, man. It's tough because a lot of us, and the bad part is that a lot of us don't figure things out until it's too late. A lot of us, because we've been focused so much on just listening to what other people that's older than us say, we've been thrown into this trap where a lot of us got married, and now we started learning about the world outside of the country. So now we got to either sneak some way to try to get in, or a lot of us got in relationships. And we've been talking about that listening for a minute, so we're going to go back to that. But a lot of us got in relationships, and then now we found out about how powerful we are as black men when we go internationally. How regardless of how people say, oh, they want the Indian guy more, they want the white guy more. No, hip hop has made us the desire, whether it's a fetish, whether it's they see us as strong, powerful black men, whether it's the struggle that we've overcome in the United States. We are very, very desired in the majority of places I've been. I can't speak about Asia because I haven't been to Asia yet, but I can speak about France. I can speak about London. I can speak about Wales. I can speak about England. I can speak about women from Australia. I can speak about women from Thailand because I've had a woman from Thailand here in the States. I can speak about Colombia. I can speak about Brazil. I can speak about Jamaica, Trinidad, Panama. Dog, it's just Canada. I mean, yo, dog, like we are, regardless if it's a lust thing, we are the desired people as of this moment right now. So, but it's tough because a lot of us didn't notice, and now we're risking our financial stuff because we want to try to sneak over on our wives, or maybe we gotta worry about child support because we're gonna have to leave our baby mother now that we know that she's treated away. But now that we know that her quality isn't in her attraction, because we understand that when we went to Colombia, we had a woman who looks just as good as our baby mothers, or maybe not doesn't look as good, but treated us in a way where we loved it more. And now we can understand the difference between quality and attraction. I mean, it is what it is. Again, Chris, when we talk about quality, we gotta break down that there is a difference between quality and attraction. Flexing. Mr. Sasua says flexing. Jay Brass. What's going on, Jay Brass? Oh, my fault. YK, signal lost, stay up, fam. Okay. Appreciate y'all. I didn't know the signal was lost. Jay Brass says quality equals experience with the woman. Her attitude, her personality. Yes. I do think that looks plays attraction does play a small part in, or a part, let's see how big and small, but attraction does play a part in quality. But attraction is not the majority of quality. Attraction is just a part of quality. But I think the majority of it is the experience with that woman. which is based on her attitude, personality, how she treats you, her abilities. Can she cook? Does she clean? Does she smell good? We just, I'm hoping that more people start to speak out in this manner, because I feel like this is an educated way that we can go about thinking that, and every other way is going to lead us to what we came from. And what we came from was a bunch of dudes going for the attractive women in the States. And what happened was that now the government doesn't have laws that value us for marriage. We went after attractive woman. She wasn't a quality woman. We got divorced. We lost half of our money. Now we found out about the international world. We go to the international world. We can move around now, but we still have the same mindset that we're looking for attraction and not quality. Does it change anything? Does it? Maybe. Maybe it changes something because the women overseas are less likely to do the same thing as the women in the States because they don't have the same laws. But if we're just going for attraction the same way we went for attraction here in the States, does it really change anything long term? Who knows? 1 second, y'all. Oh, Jay Brad says quality and attraction are subjective. People like different things when it comes to attraction and quality. People don't like to be treated the same. Yes, I started with that basis that on even in the title, I say this is Jeep Talk episode 25. Quality or quantity. Your desire is going to depend on what's best and what you're looking for. So yes, people's attraction to women are going to be different. Like I said earlier, a lot of guys, black guys that I know, want a woman who's more thick. They're not going to like Thailand, from what we see, because there are women who are thicker in Thailand, but in the shape of what we see in Colombia, in the shape of what we see in the United States, in the shape of what you see in Brazil, if you go with that same mindset, and I'm gonna preface this with saying I haven't been to Thailand yet, but if you go with that same mindset from the people I've spoken to about that going to Thailand, you go with that same mindset of looking for that type of thick woman you'll find in Colombia, Brazil, Sasua, or the United States. In Thailand, most likely you're going to be dealing with a lady boy. So, again, are they saying that there's not thick women in Thailand? Not at all. I've seen a thick woman or two. I've seen a thick woman or two on other YouTube content creators channel, but the majority of the ones that's going to be the shape of Colombia or Brazil or United States or Sasua are going to be ladyboys. So again, quality and attraction is different, and I hope that we just have we can have more discussion about that. What's going on, Kong? Talk that shit, brother, man. I'm just trying to give people insight of how I'm thinking, y'all. I'm voting for you for the show. I'm not even know. I don't know the show you're talking about. If you're talking about that what's the name show, I wouldn't. Like I said, I've never been one to look for fame, so I wouldn't even like. I got offered that show a couple times, but I'm never one looking for fame. I wouldn't do that. And I definitely shout out to International Zoe. He did a good Sunday sermon yesterday where he got into the stuff behind the scenes, and a lot of people don't understand. Like I've been offered rap deals before, like by major labels when I was growing up as a teen, going to Immaculate Conception. I've got offered rap label. I actually signed to Viacom for them to allow them to use my content on the MTV site. Viacom. I think it was Viacom. Viacom was the parent company, I believe, but it was another thing. But I think I was signed to Viacom. I signed paperwork with Viacom, but before I even signed that paperwork, I sent it to my uncle. My uncle is a lawyer, but he's not even an entertainment lawyer. So he had to send the stuff to an entertainment lawyer, one of his friends in one of the offices he knew. So peep this. Before I even signed the place a notification for, I want to keep saying this Viacom, I could be wrong, but it started with a V. I signed, before I signed the papers for Viacom to put my stuff on MTV when I was doing music, I talked to my uncle, and then my uncle talked to a lawyer. My uncle's a lawyer. He talked to a lawyer. So for me, I felt the power from what Zoe said about people just signing stuff because they want the fame. Unfortunately, I'm not going to knock anybody for signing anything. I mean, I don't think that's the best idea, but at the end of the day, you don't know other people's lives. I don't know if that person if just needs to get on because maybe his life is in shambles or her life is in shambles, and they need a break. So I won't never knock somebody from signing a bad deal. I'll just try to enlighten them and say, hey, dog, I've been down this route before. Like I got videos with Don Cannon from when he was on the Def Jam vice president for artist 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 recruitment of artist something A&R. I got videos with the game. I got videos with T Pain. I got videos with Don Cannon. Again, I've been down this route before, and me personally, I chose to do something independent, which is YouTube. I didn't know 15 years later I was gonna have 100,000 subscribers, a 25 million video, a 25 million short video, a million view long video. Everybody knows the Black Man's Guide. I didn't have a plan for this because I wasn't. My whole point wasn't to get famous. My point was just to tell my story. So when it came to them, they sent me the thing to say, hey, we want you to join this. Everybody, a couple people hit me up, said they wanted me to join this reality show, and then the people can hit me up on TikTok, they hit me up on Instagram, and I'm like, nah, it's not for me, because again, I just want to tell my story. I don't care about being famous. I'm already wealthy. I think it's relations. Khalil, what's going on? Stop the cap. You know, look the part for what? Bruh. Khalil, you know I'm from Newark, New Jersey. I'm brown skin. I'm from Newark, New Jersey. I got braids. I used to have gold teeth. Drive nice cars. I spend money is. I am the optics of what they would consider I've always been the optics, even when I was in Catholic school, I've always been the optics of what people wanted to consider the caricature of a black person. And it's not a bad thing. It's not a great thing either. It's not a bad thing or a great thing. It's just the environment I grew up with created who I am. So yes, while I'm still the person who sees a bigger picture, who I'm not looking to start no animosity. I won't talk bad on anybody. I do charity. I don't charge my tenants the highest rent. I'm still this person with this great heart. I'm still from Newark, New Jersey. I still grew up on 18th and West End. I still grew up in North Newark. I still grew up down the hill. I still grew up in Velsburg section. Like I still grew up in East Orange. I was a kid in Irvington. So that's still all part of me. And I think that, I am what they consider, by looks, I am what they would consider a Pookie. And that's why I don't like that term, because a Pookie to me is just someone who hasn't experienced life, so they're acting out a certain way. And I would never down somebody like that. I would never call them something that I consider derogatory, because at the end of the day, everyone has their own life lessons to artist relations. Yes, chicken burrito. That's what it was. They have their own life to attend. And who's to say that my life is better than theirs? Just because I got more money? Just because I'm sitting in my driveway in my Rubicon with one of my houses while I'm contemplating selling another house to move overseas to get. Dog, none of this stuff, that money stuff don't mean nothing, bro. It just, character is everything. Quality. Character is quality. Character is a major part of quality. And, that's the same way I look at when it comes to women. But we've been chatting for a minute, y'all. I ain't really got too much to do. I'm probably gonna go upstairs and chill out. Maybe try to see if I can get some. I don't know. I had 2 Tinder dates this weekend, y'all. I don't know if I want to grab another Tinder date. I don't really know if I want to grab another Tinder date, but we'll see. Like I said, when my son is away, I don't really do too much during the week. I don't want to spend no money because I'm going to Cuba, so I know I'm not spending no money. Definitely not spending no money. Guapo, what's up? What up? Do you recommend travel? Guapo says, do you recommend traveling to Santa Marta? And if so, damn, payment for what? Hold on a second, y'all. Payment just went through. Okay, cool. Do you recommend traveling to Santa Marta? And if so, how would you rate the nightlife? I have not been to Santa Marta yet. Santa Marta, Colombia, I believe you're talking about. I have not been to Santa Marta yet. And the reason I'm holding off on going new places is because I'm really working towards buying my crib in Barranquilla. For those that don't know, Santa Marta is 2 hours away from Barranquilla. It's 4 hours away from Cartagena. Santa Marta is a beach town. It's more calm than the beach town of Cartagena. I'm telling you from not from experience, but from people I know who've had experience. So I wouldn't be able to tell you any more about that. I do plan on going to Santa Marta though. Flyboy running the streets. Abraham, what's going on? What's going on, y'all? All right, man. We just get into y'all things. I got time to ask. We'll do another 10 minutes. We can make this a whole hour Jeep talk. Again, it's a beautiful day out here. Just sitting in the driveway right now. This was Jeep episode 25. Quality or quantity. It all depends on what's best. It depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking for a serious relationship, quality is going to be more important. But remember, quality is not attraction. Quality is not attraction. A more attractive woman doesn't make her more quality. That Tinder date was crazy. Was she drinking? Oh, she was. We had a whole dog. We almost finished. A whole bottle. We almost finished a whole bottle of Don Julio together, because we was walking in the city, so we almost finished the whole bottle of Don Julio together. But I'm bigger, so for me, I don't drink that much, but I drink when I'm with a woman, so she don't feel like she's drinking alone. But I'm going to have a story time about that Tinder date, but she was definitely cool. Like, I got some backstory on her. Of course, here's the thing: there's a good thing and there's a bad thing for putting women on YouTube. It's a bad thing because some people run and some people try to disrupt whatever you got going on. But then there's other people who inform you about certain stuff about people. Now, regardless of what past that woman had, doesn't matter to me at this point. But I had a great time on the date. It was super cool. She was really open to just having fun. She wasn't like when we linked up. I picked up from a real wealthy area in Jersey, and we had fun. The drinking was cool, but even when you drink, what comes out more is not you acting crazy. What comes out more is her ambitions were more open. So if she was attracted, since she was attracted to me when she first met me, she was attracted to me before we even started drinking. When the drinking started, she allowed her attraction to come out more, and we had fun. We had dope fun. It was dope fun. And I made sure that she got to New York, back home, back to here on time, and it was safe, so it was cool. Hold on a second. David says, can you speak on the Colombian visas as far as long-term stays? Okay, I'll preface this with this. I'll tell you what I know, but I would definitely, if you haven't already, check out the video I have with long-term real estate, lawyers, law firm, lagging law firm on my YouTube channel. It's called Buying a Property in Colombia. That law firm can help you directly with getting a visa that allows you to stay longer than the time we're available to stay as United States citizens. For those that don't know, when you go to Colombia, every year you're allowed to be in Colombia 180 days, but you're only allowed to be in Colombia 90 days in a row. That's just on the standard tourist visa as a United States citizen. So if I go today to Colombia, 89 days from now, I have to leave Colombia, stay somewhere for a night, and then I can come back for another 90 days. However, I can also file an extension which allows my visa to go the entire 180 days at once, and that 180 days repeats in December in January 1st every year. Now, there are other visas you can get, like a digital nomad visa, a retirement visa, or an investment visa. Those are the visas that I've heard about in Colombia. The investment visa at this time is if you invest in a business or a property that totals 100 and give me if I'm wrong, as of 2024, it's $160,000, I believe. You have to make an investment in a business or a property that totals $160,000, and you can get a 2 to 5 year visa. After that time, you can apply for another visa, and then after that, you can apply for your residency. So that's the way of going as a property owner. To go as a digital nomad, you have to prove that you make, I believe, 6 or 3 times as much as the average Colombian online. So you have, or you have a passive income that comes into your account 3 to 6 times more. I don't know the exact number, but 3 to 6 times more than Colombian citizen. And then the last one I spoke about is retirement visa, and then that's similar to the where you have to show your passive income from retirement. Is a certain, is I think 6 times what the Colombian income, what average income is. Now there's also a marriage visa that you can get, but I don't know too much about that, so you got to check out Langdon Law Firm. And his all their contact information is under that video. Buying a property in Colombia. Nah, it's definitely gonna a crazy story time. I just gotta give her some time, y'all. I gotta give her some time. I gotta give her her ID and her cell phone back that she left with me, and then after that, I can give you my story time. I can give you a story time about it. I'll work on it. But we got 4 minutes left, y'all. I go the whole hour with a Jeep talk, just because it's a beautiful Monday. I got off work early like I normally do, and when we go upstairs, we'll probably just go online and watch some stuff, y'all. Let me see. So if you got any last minute questions, if not, then we'll just end it here. And Zoe just went live, so make sure y'all check out Zoe. I believe that's Zoe. Yeah, Zoe channel. We just went live. All right. No more questions. All right. I appreciate you guys for joining me on this Jeep Talk. This has been Jeep Talk episode 25. Quality or quantity? What is best is going to depend on what you're looking for. But the most important thing is remember, there's a difference between quality and attraction. Just because a woman is very attractive doesn't make her a quality woman. What makes her a quality woman is the experience you have with her. So you can't see quality. You can only see attraction. It's your boy FRE, $H Fresh at the Flyboy Way. That's THEFLYBOYWAY. Don't ask why, just check out the channel, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.